It's been a while since I've streamed. Ew, weird. We're gonna go finish Natlan because we can. I'll do that another time. Hold on. Let's see what's up here. They're cute. I want them, but I'm poor. Oh, yeah, I have this. I'll finish that later. Ah, yes, woman.
Shilonin, I brought the person who needs an ancient name. She's super amazing, and I've already learned tons of stuff from her.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natlan.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers.
Huh? You're saying the Pyro Archon didn't tell you?
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged herself to the plan, but we need to forge an ancient name to ensure she'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is an impossible task. As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's sparing glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors inherit it. We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name.
I've got plenty of these under my belt. Oh. Could do anything.
But they were all performed outside.
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in that, only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air.
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get in.
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task of...
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being... Why do I feel like this has happened before? I think last time, Shilonin just ended up running dozens of laps around the hills nearby.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
You mean you're...
Well, what else can I do? What's happened? If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
Maybe that's just how much she and the Archon trust each other.
Yeah! Let's see if we can find some special way to pull this off. if we really can't make it work,
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the trap.
we heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone would probably not be enough.
Will we need to gain the acknowledgement of all 6 wives?
I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess. We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person who comes to mind is Lali at the Masters of the Nightwind. The one we call Granny Eatstali.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty...
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's... I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
Huh.
I hate to break it to you, but...
She probably won't be very happy with us.
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed to save Kachina.
Well, yeah. At the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split into 2. Huh?
Great going, Moeka. We're already off to a rocky start here. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, Lali would still want to show respect to the Archon. I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
Oh! Let's ask Kanich to deliver the letter. He understands the whole situation and is already a familiar face to her. Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say.
Great! Then I'll go contact him right now.
Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the Statue of the Seven later.
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't want to look at the Stellar reunion yet. We meet again. Kachina told me everything, and I'll deliver the message. In person.
Sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her. Wait, so Kachina and the Traveler all...
Because we all saw a hero of the past rematerialize right before our eyes. And then Moalani said that the Pyro Archon explained everything when we came back from the Night Kingdom, including the reason behind the appearance of the... Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
See, Lali knows him too? Odd, huh?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Auroran, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to...
Run.
Huh. Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Seat Lali...
Oh, so if I'm following, You mean we'll help her investigate Roran and the captain's whereabouts?
This way we can get two birds with one stone.
Plus, we kind of owe her.
Ah, this is a... Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope...
Take care out there, Kanich. I'll be heading back as well. There's...
Okay, then let's part ways for now.
Yippee! Okay, what do you want from me? How long are you? Okay, I can do that. Oh, in 6 hours it resets. No, I'll do that later. Oh my gosh, there's new outfits?
Oh, it's time to meet up with Shilonen. Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have, bad news. Seat Lolly did not reply to our request. Although, I suppose I'm not too surprised.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kanich a response? 'Cause
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. But let's go to the stadium and see if...
that's true. What? doesn't see?
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Arch.
A subject? Well, yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of... The only thing is that she often has...
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Eatstly, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous?
No.
That's what aging does to you. Paimon never wants.
Oh, really? So...
Who's there?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a...
Huh? Silali.
Huh?
Wait, you...
Yes, Granny Eatstly. You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See?
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young.
Huh. And you were complaining about the Pyro Archon leaving things out.
It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm sorry. So, how old are you actually?
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you, it's just... Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but not...
It was my idea to invite you here, Silali. So if...
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that but... It's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my Anyway, that's the whole story.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
She waiting for us to carry on the conversation. Everything she says sounds like a joke, but I'm not sure if I should laugh. Would it be rude, though, to laugh, or even more rude not to laugh?
When the Masters of the Night Wind said they struggled dealing with her. I wonder if... Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before.
I see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
We'll know once we find him.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you. Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet, again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds. A weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest, will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
Excuse me? What was all that supposed to mean?
Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night. Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Ah, shoo! Ah, that should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body.
Isn't that kinda like...
Ah, it's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
Thank you.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroran back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail from our lands. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But never mind. That's not important. It would take too much time to explain. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream. But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list. Can any...
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
Alright, now it's time for us to catch that brat and... Oh, I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Auroran's place to look for clues. He has always lived alone, and I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids, which I assume is because their keeper has been gone for quite some time.
Hello, Toms.
And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons. My guess is they were left by Snezhnaya.
I have friends now.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
I do have the lurk stuff ready, Maple, if you wanna
kidnap a kid who just
use it.
spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they want with him?
If it decides to work.
It
did work.
Totally
it's gone now.
innocent, of course,
it doesn't want to work anymore.
Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone
Oh, it
in
probably was
Natlan,
connected to
he
Pingcore.
must have done something to attract their attention.
Eh. I did
In
have
any
it set
case,
up once.
We'll get to the bottom of this once we manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me. But please help me get him back.
You can count on us.
All right.
Leaving y'all.
Then let's start by heading to where Auroran was seen last. This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speak. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with the Fatui. I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coerced. However, I doubt anyone would believe me.
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like that.
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising him. He learned a lot from us, and once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce to my place. Oh well, let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions once we find him. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements. Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh, right. I forgot. Here, get... Huh? How about now?
What do you see? Whoa, Paimon can see it now too!
That's right. I used a spell to temper...
Wow, you can even share your senses?
It requires... When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Auroron. Go...
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly... but is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match... Or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that...
Huh? Was that? See, Lolly's voice...
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing... Oh? They appear to be feeling...
there's a new camp over there. Yep. Judging by Paimon's
Wait. Let me see.
Paimon sees...
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from... We've got to find him. Fast. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he was... if they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in the... no. I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as...
There are traces of people staying here, too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements and...
Kanich told us that you were super amazing.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs, judging from what's left on the scene. There must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in the air support that.
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another distress signal, but was caught by the Fatui?
Given there are 2 signals leading from here, I'll take this direction, and leave the other one to... Auroron! What the heck were you doing? It's one thing to...
And off she goes! Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Lolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response. So you were thinking the same thing! Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads. She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. If you... Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead. Did you find something? Huh. So we can't tell where Aurora... That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stopped. But it can't have just evaporated into thin air.
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth. I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire to hurt. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger in their environment. And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the Masters of the Night Wind. Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for. Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought here by a lie, like a false omen in the lingering smoke. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. Her soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom. I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you, in person. I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
Hey, why are you
See, Lolly! She froze for a moment.
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere? Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with me.
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from me, just say the word. In any case, let's take... Need to be...
Feeling better yet, Trev?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. We either move as one or not at all. But if you want to make it up to me, Look over there.
Huh? I don't think she sees someone in the middle of the...
That's Auroron. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun. Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move aside.
Huh?
Wow.
See, Lolly's struggling to control her...
Are you ready? On my count. Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against!
Let the show begin. Grow, grow, grow! Hey! Get with me!
Killjoy! We've only just begun. I miscalculated.
Auroron!
Granny!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still...
And greetings to you too, other Granny.
What did you just call her?
Granny. Is that not right?
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You...
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he?
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorn.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just, Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the masters of... Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Auroron? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the 3 warnings.
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim.
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on... You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did.
I'm sorry, Granny.
Next time?
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line.
Okay, now answer me honestly.
Yes.
So why did you...
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and...
Hey! I'm no ordinary Granny! Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value, and not stop to think? Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind, and didn't slap your name on a wanted poster. Don't think for a second. Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic.
I'm sorry.
Forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions. Also,
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables as well? Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden.
Now's not the time to be thinking about that.
Recite the 3...
Huh? No!
How exactly did the masters raise...
Oh.
I see. So Auroron came to the captain's rescue because he promised to help him in exchange for Natlan.
That's right.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe.
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to...
Technically, yes. But if Miss Lali is willing to serve as your guarantor, then we can release you.
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't...
Understood.
I understand. Thank you. And
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. Once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
Oh, thank you.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle your thumbs or something while you wait for the good news. Come with me, Auroron. We've got to find...
goodbye, other granny.
We're finally done. All right, it's time to find some grub. Huh? What? That captain? Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. Oh, that Auroron, what is he up to? He sounded earnest enough. All that stuff about protecting Lali and being forced to help the Fatui, when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along. Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support... We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with them.
Ad Ash... Thank you for completing today's commissions. Ad Astra...
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. What was that?
Good evening. Nice to see...
It's you.
I'm terribly sorry. It's just...
And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound...
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh.
Oh, so So you're gonna call Paimon Granny
Well, I could. It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character. Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an enemy, I would much prefer to bring you to my side. If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid. I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to appear.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind, guess...
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back? If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Teyvat, will pay for her mistakes. Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had another emergency plan all along, the details of which she has chosen to keep hidden from you?
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a mere backup plan. Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. But Natlan cannot afford to wait until she comes to her senses. My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the Abyss. We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough, you know. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa's plan?
I knew you'd be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains unchanged. And now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something is rapidly approaching.
Something? Bad news, chump. It's your granny.
See, Lolly!
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. How dare you go behind our backs like this? Oh, here we go again.
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh, and now you're talking back. Well,
I'm sorry, Granny.
you! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if...
Wait, see, Lolly! Please, calm down. So maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Listen well, Auroron. You're only You're right, Traveler. Let's go. We can... In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously? Why did you help the captain? No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me Really? Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping the captain? Only endless trouble awaits you and everyone in the tribe. You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny would much rather we had a conversation instead of constantly clashing like this.
Why is he staring?
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this. Indeed. It's like going to visit a friend at his house, only to suddenly hear your friend berating a naughty Saurian.
Well, that's an oddly specific analogy.
Yes. And every time my friend scolded his Saurians, they would look at me the same way you're looking at me now. Helpless and embarrassed.
Wait, but you're the one getting your head chewed off. Stop making this about us!
Indeed, you've got a point. Then please just...
Oh? You dare gossip between your...
Sorry.
Sorry, Granny. You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid...
Who's Aoife?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know... Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it.
Seems they've started talking about some kind of
That's not it, Granny. I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
His voice. Auroron! Where have you gone?
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So...
Get back here this instant!
What just happened? How
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion. He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Oh, couldn't he have picked up something more useful? Little brat. That's it.
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run?
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time. It'll give me a moment to figure out how to explain all this. Do you two have some time? Feeling hungry? How about we get something to eat?
All right, it's been a while since we last ate. Now that we can relax, Paimon just realized how hungry she is.
Then let's go. we can find somewhere to sit down and talk. Food and drinks are on me.
How did this become Paimonville? Seat Lolly looks... Alright. It's on Paimon this time. What's one meal to the best guide into that? So you can just sit back and enjoy, Seat Lolly. Paimon will take care of it.
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food?
Are you sure?
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we've spent together. Let me get this one. I might be an old hag, but I like to think I'm not completely useless.
Sure, that's fine with us, but...
Don't worry. I'm... do you see two people standing by the door? They look...
But...
Huh? How could that be? I guess my mind isn't as sharp...
do you think she's drunk?
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see...
Oh, so you've...
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Sitlali. She wouldn't spend time with just anybody, you know. I don't even remember the last time I saw her with a new friend.
Wait, so you call her Granny too?
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny. She's one of the most famous people at the Masters of the Nightwind. Most days, hardly anyone even dares talk to her.
Huh? Gossiping about me right in front of my face now, are you, Chonka?
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, any friends of our regulars are sure to be great customers too.
All right, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me. I promise I'll keep my alcohol down until I leave.
Well then, you have my thanks.
Seat Lolly? Seat Lolly?
Who's that? You got some gall calling me by my first name. Let me guess. You want to test your skills against Granny Eatsley, don't ya?
Are you still with us, Seat Lolly? You're kinda talking to no one.
You chumps come ar- I mean...
Granny Seat Lolly...
Exactly! And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey, new kid. Yeah, you. Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard work.
Did she just fall asleep with her eyes open? Oh, jeez.
Behind this pitch-black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke, the lingering...
Ah, she's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point. It's quite the opposite of sleep.
Is this another specialty of the Masters of the Nightwind?
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Citlali herself. While she can easily pick up everyone else's skills and tricks, few have been able to master hers.
Warning, warning. Red. Red, the color... Huh? Traveler?
What's wrong?
I'm gonna hurl. Hang on.
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were...
How embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. That's never happened.
Are you feeling okay?
There's so much that I want to say, but I can't.
Why not? Of course you can't.
Please, Paimon. It's not as simple as you think. We've only...
Oh, Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think...
No, that wasn't my point at all! Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame! I've lived all these years and still can't get rid of it! Surely, you know the feeling too?
Actually... about that...
Huh?
Yeah...
So...
It's okay, Citlali. You had every right to...
I can't take it! Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I... It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and...
So that,
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas. Take a walk with me. I have things to share with you.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
Great view, right? I love coming here by myself.
Wow, it's beautiful!
You're making me want to cry.
Oh no, what did...
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just... Let's just have a casual conversation. It's easiest that way.
Really? You don't seem like...
Well, I guess I used to be more of a stickler for the rules. And you're right. I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe like this. I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed down so long. It might as well be true.
But you're just a regular person.
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure. Be careful around her. That's what they'd say.
Well, you are power.
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that, and people stop knowing how to deal with you. What about you?
We don't find you scary at all.
Huh. That's because you're not from my tribe. I make people realize that no matter how... Oh, not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe. Just...
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you.
Yes, but Aurora... Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help to Auroran and me. You deserve to learn the full truth. Auroran's not like other people. As I mentioned, he was abandoned as a child. The reason being, his soul is incomplete. The Masters of the Nightwind view this as a bad omen, capable of bringing about illness and misfortune. No one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle he wasn't devoured by some wild beast. The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls, and in Auroran's incomplete soul, they saw a possibility for Natlan. A possibility to turn Auroran into a vessel for lost souls. The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroran would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls.
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Now, you see the problem. When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift, unable to find a way back to the ley lines. This loss of souls damages the Night Kingdom even further. The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. Of course, the vessel, Auroran, would be sacrificed in the process. I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony appears, and now you have the chance to make things better. When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So they went ahead with the ceremony. It failed, and Auroran escaped with his life. Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? By using a human life as a tool? It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, the plan was never a secret. Or, I guess I should say, everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really said anything to the contrary. But just as I was about to put all of it behind me, he asks this question. Would Natlan have been saved if the ceremony succeeded?
Wait, what?
He knows that, but he still feels guilty. Auroran has a strong ability to perceive souls. more than any of us. He understands just how dire the situation with ley lines has become. Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui.
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back! You don't look so good, Sweet Lolly.
Probably drank too much. It's okay. The fresh air is doing me good. Okay. Forget that. I need to go home. I hit it a little too hard. You've helped.
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so...
Good point. Well... Friends. I like the sound of that.
Auroran's probably back with the captain, don't you think? You mean about the backup plan? Do you really believe what the captain told us? Yeah, you're right. But she's probably asleep. So noisy outside. Paimon still half asleep. Well, guess we should see what's going on.
You're already here. I was just about to come get you.
Wow, you're up early. That's impressive, especially after all the drinking last...
Let's not bring up last night. Anyway, I was also woken up by the I heard many areas have been attacked by the Abyss, including the...
The Abyss attacked again? Are you...
I'll be fine. We also have the support of the warriors stationed at the various outposts. Given the quick the stadium could always use more manpower, so you should join the forces here. I'm done making excuses for him. He's not... I was the one who vouched for him, so I need to report back to the Speaker's Chamber. But I should be able to convince them to let me go back to my tribe for... As for the ancient name, once we handle this crisis, I'll talk to Shilonen right away. Don't worry. I never forget a prom... Thank you. Alright.
She left in a hurry. Oh, looks like a... Traveler, over here! Perfect. Our star Outlander has appeared. Oh, you're all here! But just my way of saying how awesome you are. We've got a real emergency on our hands, so... Alright, but can we get a quick run? The Abyss suddenly attacked the Collective of Plenty, the Masters of the Nightwind, the Children of Echoes, and a number of our camps and outposts in the wild.
Yes, and the attacks are increasing in frequency.
The tribes have plenty of defenses, so they're safe for now, but I can't say the same for the adventurers and merchants stuck in the wild. Chaska and I have been searching for survivors and treating the wounded. We just got back, but we need to head out again soon.
I plan on heading back to the Collective of Plenty, just in case my tribe needs me. What about you, Mualani? Where are you gonna go? I'll go help the Children of Echoes. They're the closest, so I can start fighting right away. What about you guys? We could go together. Yeah, that does sound important. No worries. Just leave the Children of Echoes to us. Who knows? Maybe yours truly will have the Abyss on the run by the time you're finished. That would be pretty great, actually. I hope my tribe gets through okay. It'll be fine. Your tribe doesn't do all that bodybuilding for nothing.
Let's part ways here for now. And most importantly, be careful, everyone.
Oh, and some of us need to avoid getting contaminated by dangerous-looking substances. That will make my job a lot easier.
Koichi, do we really have to do this now?
It's alright. Alright, let's hurry up and talk to the pyro...
Oh, it's you two. As you can see, look, I'm very interested in your recent adventures, but this is...
That's alright, we're also in a hurry. We're gonna go help the Children of Echoes after this.
What? So he thinks my plan is too risky. He thinks I'm being stubborn. I shouldn't underestimate the Fatui's ability to gather intelligence. The Gnosis does have that function, but there's more to the story. I will answer you honestly, but you must help me keep this a secret. I can use the power of the Gnosis to save Natlan, but it comes at a heavy price. The Gnosis would drain all the souls and memories from the Night Kingdom and weave them into a giant net, which would...
Wait, you can use souls?
Yes. It means sacrificing those souls in the process. Souls are just another form of life. The cruelty of this method is self-evident. The Night Kingdom not only houses the souls of the dead, but also our memories and legends. Using the Gnosis means converting all three into material for the net, erasing our history and culture. Even then, the net can still become corroded. If we cannot find a way, given the enormity of the price, it's a solution I refuse to consider right now. I want us to win, but I also care about how we win, and what that means for us in the end. Now it's true, both plans come at a risk, but after weighing our options, this is our best bet. Natlan is unique among the nations of Teyvat. Given the ever-looming threat of the Abyss, the Pyro Archons had to account for the worst-case scenario. Having a contingency plan is our duty. Not just to the people of Natlan, but to all who live on this continent. Still, this has always been a well-kept secret.
Oh, one more thing? The captain said he found another way to solve the problem.
Without the Gnosis, he should have no other option. But I see no reason for him to lie. Seems like our only path forward is to track him down. So he... Judging by your expression, you must have doubted me. Even if just for a second.
Not even a little! We would never...
Just as expected. Maybe it was out of caution, anxiety, or simple curiosity, but know this. No matter what, our goal remains the same. We both want to save the people of this land. So now that you have your answer, do you still doubt me?
You scared Paimon.
That's a good thing. Oh, and feel free to call me Mawika. It's what all my friends call me, and I like it that way. As for the captain, the intelligence officers we assigned to the Fatui should be back soon. We'll get—
That's great! Sounds like we just have to wait a little longer.
Not just yet. Even though the Abyss is attacking several locations at once, don't worry. I just need to finish coordinating our available manpower.
Wait! You're going to fight in person?
That's true. I'm far less powerful than a god in my current state. But don't forget, I was an experienced and powerful warrior before I ever became the Pyro Archon. No matter how you look at it, my duty is on the front lines. I just think there's strength in numbers. Anyway, I've considered moving my people to other nations, but given their close connection to the Night Kingdom, I've told the chiefs of each tribe to strengthen their defenses and advise people against Now, I just need to find the right time.
Paimon's a little worried about how people will react.
Yes, but...
Alright, we should head out. Maybe we can join up with Moani. She can't be too far ahead.
No need to worry about me.
Quick, over here! To safety!
Kachina, how many people do you have left?
They've all made it out. It's the Traveler and Paimon! They're here! What's the situation?
There's a trapped caravan that needs our help. We need to rescue them as—
We'll go together.
I'm...
Stay safe. We've got this. Hear the echoes of the valley!
Drilling down! Carving waves! Check this out! Best of luck! Huh. Yeah.
I really thought I was done for. I can't
Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're okay. Let's see. Your goods look fine too. Guess the Abyss.
That should be the last abyssal pylon near the Children of Echo. By the way, where's Lolly?
The Masters of the Night Wind also got attacked, so she went back to help her tribe. She said we can deal with the ancient name
Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, this isn't a good place to talk. Let's head back. Looks like a few people were hurt after all. The Abyss threw a lot at us at once. I rushed out as soon as I heard the alarm, and there were already so many monsters. Before long, Kachina brought over a whole group of warriors, and just like that, we destroyed several pylons as a team.
I wasn't in charge or anything. We just happened to be together. Still, I think this proves that camping in the wild was a great idea. That's how we were able to respond so fast. Sleeping on the wet grass was pretty uncomfortable, but it was worth it.
You mean the situation in the Night Kingdom, right? Yeah, I feel the same way. We've managed to keep it a secret all this time, but more and more people are realizing something's wrong. It's impossible not to feel anxious when things are getting worse by the second, and all we can do is wait.
And we still don't know when the final two heroes are going to appear.
That just means we need to buy the Pyro Archon more time. Keep pushing, everyone. Every battle is worth something.
You really are an eternal optimist, Mualani.
Why, thank you. I guess it's one of my better qualities.
So, specifics aside, the Pyro Archon confirmed the Gnosis.
And somehow the captain finds out about it, goes to fight the Pyro Archon. Honestly, if he has the same information as us, I can't really blame him.
It's probably because our plan is so risky. We talked to Malika before we left the stadium. And, well, it makes sense. If that was truly the better choice, she would have picked it.
Yeah, I trust the Pyro Archon. When I was upset about Kachina's disappearance, plus, she burned down all those precious mementos for Kachina. When it comes to Natlan's survival,
I agree. Maybe the captain weighed the costs and came to his own conclusion, but I'm sure we have different priorities. Life is important, but so are history and memory.
As the Archon, she can't tell us everything, but it seems like she wasn't holding anything back this time.
The next question is, if the captain found a new way to...
Yeah, and isn't he from Snezhnaya? Why would the Fatui want to save Natlan? This is all super confusing.
We still don't have enough information.
Let's head back then. With how many Fatui there are, someone's bound...
Sounds good. I have a few theories of my own. With a bit more information...
Want to join our garrison, Mualani?
I was just about to ask. If I was just a bit faster...
Then you should go register right away. It shouldn't take long.
Register? Nah. I'll just follow you around.
Okay.
You got it. I just don't want to make the trip back. It's so far. All right. See you on...
Oh, you bet.
I'm fine. No need to worry.
They ran into the Fatui while out on a mission and decided to follow them.
The Fatui?
Calm down and let me explain.
Were they attacked by the Abyss? No, wait. It looks like they're protecting a group of travelers. Over there. Do you see?
You're right. That's a traveling group from Natlan. Could they be trading for something? Let's keep observing for now.
We're glad you're okay. Given the appearance of abyss monsters all over Natlan, you should cancel your journey and seek shelter at the stadium or one of the tribes.
Thank you so much. I wish there was something we could give you.
We don't expect anything in return. We were out on a mission and saw you being attacked. It was our decision to help. If you truly wish to repay the favor, you can keep this a secret. If anyone asks, just say you were saved by warriors from Natlan.
Oh, okay.
We're not asking you to cover up our activities. We haven't done anything illegal. Nonetheless, the decision remains yours. If we wanted to keep you quiet.
Got it. Did you hear that? They mentioned a captain.
Exactly. We could... Still, there was no trade. They were just helping people in need. I didn't believe the captain when he said he wanted to save Natlan.
Maybe we've been wrong about the Fatui.
It's too early to say.
So this is where they were headed.
Koichi, wait for me here.
Oh, no you don't. How are you
Look, I can use this terrain to my advantage. With our tribe's special way of getting...
We still can't see anything on the inside. What if you can't find cover?
The more heavily guarded the location, the more valuable the secrets. Even if the captain isn't here, we can still figure out that intel is worth...
Fine.
That's even more risky. You've been running around. I'm confident I can protect myself.
I can.
You really believe that?
Fine, don't believe me. But you can't honestly tell me, and you know, growing up, even if I insisted on doing something, it never gave you any trouble. I'm not sure...
All right. If we start...
Guess that means I win. Don't worry, you're not the only capable young person from our tribe.
All right. Same plan. Got your ropes?
Yeah, let's go.
The Fatui have eyes all over this place. I should wait for Koichi. Now. Not sure how many chances I'm gonna get. I need to act. Good. I made it without getting caught. I should get to that platform over there. But it's guarded by the Fatui. Koichi should have line of sight. That's it. Now's my chance.
It's no use staying in one place. I should keep moving. Looks like Chaska is helping me by keeping an eye on the Fatui movements. I'll wait for her signal. Time to move. Whew, that was close. Probably can't make it over in one go. I'll wait for my next chance. Now's my chance. I made it! Let's see. The Fatui's occupying all the best locations. If we could just get past them somehow. Wait, I've got it!
Huh? What's that noise? Did something explode? Oh! What the heck is that? What do you think you're doing? I could ask you the same thing!
Good, they're arguing. Looks like they just needed an excuse. The people on the hill over there left to help their comrades. Come get me, Chaska. I hope she gets this hand signal.
That's Koichi's signal. Give me your hand, quick.
Coming! I checked, and this way is completely clear. It should... Well, I was pretty helpful, right? You know, everyone, you...
I was wrong, Koichi.
Wait, you're just gonna admit it?
Let's focus on the task at hand.
All right. If you're not gonna take the bait, looks like the Fatui are here to dig something up. I'm surprised they mobilized this many people. I doubt it's because they're interested in our culture and history.
It seems like they're looking for a dragon relic called the Source Mechanism. The device is ancient. Barely any information survives to this day.
Not bad. Looks like it's in good shape. This should be where our Lord's looking for. Took us long enough.
Back? Back where? Should we...
You really want to keep going?
Of course! We make a good team.
What was that sound?
Uh-oh. We've been spotted.
Falling rock incoming! Watch out for your gadget!
What?
Once we got them off our tail, we went back to observe some more. It looked like they were waiting, though.
So, Koichi got injured trying to get them...
She pushed herself too hard and collapsed on the way back to the stadium.
Well, I didn't cause you any trouble while we were fighting, right? So my perfect record remains.
You've done very well. I could make a comment on knowing your limits, but it's not my place.
I know. I'm already reflecting on my actions.
So, our current intel suggests the Fatui is after the source mechanism. The device is a complete mystery, even to us.
I have no idea. But it's safe to assume the device could serve a similar purpose to the Gnosis. Shilonen, I need you to gather every scholar in Natlan familiar with the secret source. Thank you both for your hard work. Koichi, it's time for you to get some rest. Oh, and there are gifts from your patients waiting at the speaker's chamber. I've prepared a small gift of my own as a token of gratitude.
My patience. That's...
You don't need to give us anything, Archon. We were just doing our...
Well, if Koichi doesn't want her favorite Saurus cracker...
I accept. Thank you, Archon.
What am I gonna do with you?
There's some for the rest of you as well. They're one of my favorites too. I'll start investigating the source mechanism right away. If I learn...
What's next for you?
I'm taking Koichi home. With our...
Hey, it's not like I'm some kind of prisoner.
That's what you always say. Everything's no big deal until you... What if the Abyss attacks again?
I won't. Triple promise I won't.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. On the off chance something... But I'm a doctor. I have a duty to help people in need, no matter how hard or tiring the work gets. I guess you're right.
This reminds Paimon of when we first met. Except you were the one trying to stop.
I'd do the same for anyone trying to put their life in danger.
Then try to see things from my perspective. You clearly want to protect your patients.
The two of you are this.
I disagree. I understand the risks and costs of my decisions.
Who wants to be like her? Oh.
That's just not true.
You think I don't have proof?
Okay, don't get into another fight. Just...
Don't worry, Paimon. You didn't do anything wrong. Arguing is...
Plus, I guess we are similar in some ways. We're family. I can't...
Okay, you don't have to put it that way.
So, you're all good now?
Neither of us are really the type to back down. So we'll always have our differences.
Plus, I know...
Be my guest. See you later, Traveler and Paimon.
There's no rush. At least grab a nice meal with your family.
Bye, you two.
Those two will probably make up for real at some point, right? Well, we've learned a lot. Why do you look so up?
Okay, I won't beat around the bush. Oh, and I'm sorry for interrupting your rest. I'll treat you to some charcoal grill.
Awesome! Just give us...
Hey, friends don't order each other around. I'm just here to share some news.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned how Auroron has always wanted to... Paimon and the Traveler discussed it after you left, and we think Auroron is probably back with the Captain.
I agree with your hypothesis. And just now, Auroron came back. He helped the Masters...
What? He came back?
I told him to give up whatever he's doing, but he refused. He said that apparently he came back to fulfill his duty to our tribe. When he...
I'm not surprised you let him go at all.
I had to prioritize my tribe. Besides, the situation was intense. I couldn't focus on outside and inside threats at the same time. Plus, he was on guard. He knew I would try to go after him, so he made sure to keep his distance. I kept an eye out for a good opportunity, but it never came. All these years of calling me Granny.
Don't say that! Your tribe all raised him together.
You're right. Seeing him come back reminded me of when he was little. Running around the tribe, dropping by random houses right and left. He's not only a child of the Masters of the Nightwind, but a child of Besides, Auroron is my apprentice. He might have a few tricks up his...
Wait, what do you say?
Look. Remember how I said Auroron's soul is fragmented? This is the talisman I created to keep it stable, and this gem is what makes the talisman work. It just so happens that Auroron is due for a gem replacement. Since I can't get close to him, I put the new gem in a supply bag and asked Aoife to bring it to him. You guys know Aoife, right? No? Well, he's a pretty famous vet around these parts. He's always bringing me all sorts of things, and he happens to be very good friends with Auroron. Aoife doesn't know what's going on, so he agreed, no questions asked. Auroron would find the gem as soon as he opened the bag. He knows how important... He probably suspected that I tampered with it. But here's the catch. The trick is on the bag. The moment he touched it, a portion of his memories were copied onto the old gem, which he no longer needed.
That's amazing. You can do something like that?
Most people can't, but I can. That trick he used to bring you to the Night Kingdom isn't anything special, by the way.
So in other words, we have a whole backup of a...
The kid thinks he can take me on?
That's amazing, Seat Lolly. Let's take a look right away!
Once we get to the bottom of this... I know he thinks of me as his grandma. But do you think he'll get...
That's a tough question. Paimon doesn't have a grandma, so she's not the best person to ask.
To be honest, I've always doubted my ability to look after him. I didn't, but if I stop here, it will haunt me until I'm 500 years old. Every night I'll wake up in a fit of anger. Yeah, you're right. First anger, then
You're just making it worse, Traveler!
I need to look at his memory. I don't care.
You sure you'll be okay?
Did you just say...
Is that okay? We have a pretty good reason to see it too, don't we? Because,
You... fine. You can come.
Don't worry, we're professional adventurers!
Then I place... Alright, time to sneak into someone else's memory and... you heard it here first. I wouldn't be doing this. Are you ready?
Look how good you're doing. And you? Aoife says you're taking up too much space, but I think you're...
Hey! How's it going, Auroron?
Good. How are you, Uncle Okanbi?
Can't complain.
No, just some idle conversation.
Sounds fascinating.
They told me you were coming and that you would take some produce.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Aoife yesterday. He told me Chaska's fostering a saurian at his place. Said the thing trampled over a part of your radish garden.
No, don't worry. I'll find a way for him to make it up to me. I've already wrapped your share of the produce. Here you go.
You really knew I was coming.
Light up the smoke and you can see the path through the shadows. That's what everyone...
Hey, have you seen that strange group?
Appeared out of nowhere?
It's the Fatui. Their leader seems like a big deal. He didn't bring many men with him, but they're all ill. If you run into them,
You're from the Masters of the Nightwind, are you not?
I enjoy living by myself out in the wild. I guess you're from the Fatui, the one everyone's calling a big deal.
Not an inaccurate description. I'm looking for someone who may be known to you.
Granny? I've heard the name.
There's no point to further questioning if you insist on hiding.
Oh, he could tell I was lying and now he's leaving? Hey!
It's none of your concern. I have my own means of tracking her down.
Why are the Fatui looking for her? I can't just let them go like this. I have to figure out what they're planning. They've just been studying the ley lines and asking for leads on Granny.
The situation has seen no true improvement.
My lord!
Ignore him.
He knows I'm following him. He's strong, I can tell. But there's something...
What is it?
My lord,
A ley line disturbance. Certain presences have been...
That was a spell from the Masters of the Nightwind. How did he know that? Is he sending those escaped souls back into the ley lines? How did he do that so easily? Soulfaring is supposed to be extremely difficult.
I feel much better. Thank you, my lord.
Think nothing of it. Stay vigilant, and continue to gather information. However, there's no reason to over...
Yes, sir.
Why are the Fatui fighting against the Abyss? I've been following him this whole time and still they ignore me? It seems like his subordinates refer to him as the captain. And now he's headed to the stadium. That's a...
You two, with me. Everyone else, wait here as instructed. Send...
Yes, sir!
He's going inside?
Forgive me, my lord. Allow me to check one...
The time for idle this nation.
Yes, sir.
He just walked straight into the stadium. What is he gonna do? They're both incredibly strong. How long will they have to fight until someone comes out? Wait, this feeling. Just like the other day near the ley lines. It's faint, like a soul's trying to escape. Is that why he's looking for Granny? If he dies here, then all clues will be...
As for you, I must confess.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time. And you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
No need to force yourself. I've never seen anyone match the Pyro Archon in battle before.
I didn't...
You know I've been following you. Why didn't you stop me?
When walking in the forest, it is only natural to encounter wild beasts. However, not every beast has the courage to come out and bite.
And yet, one of those very beasts...
Then speak.
I didn't save you because I wanted something. My soul is more perceptive than others. I can sense that the ley lines are extremely weak. The questions you asked her just now, well, I've had...
So, you can tell the truth. That was quite a...
There's no turning back for me now. What I did back there is going to get me in a lot of trouble. You attacked the Pyro Archon in broad daylight, and I used my spell to save you. A single glance was likely all it took for her to recognize my tribe. So, we're in the same...
Seem to care little for my thoughts on the matter.
It's too late for that. Start from the beginning. Why are you looking for...
Explain your relation to her first. I know you two...
Citlali is my elder and my teacher. She taught me...
If you truly wish to protect her, you should have let me perish at the Pyro Archon's hand. Yet...
I want to do something to change Natlan for the better. Something I can accomplish with my own two hands. You're stranger than anyone I've ever met. But...
Strange? Citlali is said to be the legendary Granny Eastly. Someone capable of communicating with the Wyub.
Why do you need knowledge on the Night Kingdom?
That is not something you...
Don't forget, I saved your life.
Do you not believe the Fatui capable?
People can lie, but souls cannot. I can tell there's a weight to your soul. A sense of justice.
You may not live among your tribe, but you certainly know their tricks. I apologize for my... Let's go. We'll see if you have what it takes to join my plan. I see. Interesting approach.
Worth trying, I think.
Rather than weaving a net to protect the ley lines, this method would address the root problem by reconstructing the ley lines themselves.
Traveler, Paimon.
Paimon's fine, just,
Of course. I'm so mad at him. After everything, he still can't let go of the past. For some reason, he thinks he owes something to the people who cared for him. Stubborn. Now that he's all grown up, he thinks no one can tell him what to do. He thinks he can just run. I'll show him. If he tries to run one more time...
Maybe stubbornness runs in the family!
Is that supposed to be a Anyway...
Yeah, the captain seriously wants to... What does it even mean? Something like the loom of fate?
The loom of fate?
Oh, it's kind of hard to explain. Basically, it's a device from Conrio that has unbelievable power. Anyway, if he really wants to manipulate the ley lines, everyone in Natlan will be affected. Oh, this is big.
Which means the captain has been honest from the very beginning. Auroron's memory proves that.
Why is he so obsessed with saving Natlan?
Yes, she needs to know about this.
too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so
I'll pass on the food, then. What about you?
Then Paimon will also pass.
What a pity. It would seem that none of us can properly
Then, I must beg Your Grace to find me some more ingredients, so I can come up with some more welfare meal recipes. If you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks.
Yes, please? Huh.
It's not for everyone. Think of it as
Oh, now that's what Paimon likes to hear.
2 bottles coming.
Our first meeting took place on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened after, so there was no time for more casual chit-chat. I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course...
Whoa, that'd be quite the long story.
Impressive. Not all who possess the courage to risk their life for their ideals also have the... Had you not possessed these remarkable qualities, I probably wouldn't have had the chance to make your acquaintance.
That guy we talked...
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I made... Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration? So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings. Power and control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical, others less so. And since we're all sinners here, the victor calls the shots, no matter... So, what do you think?
Kinda. You're really different from most of the people we've met so far.
I'm perfectly aware of that, too. But even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you. I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
Your Grace, after following your instructions, we were able to find they were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while.
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something about contraband. Are they, like, dangerous goods?
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats, so we have to examine everything carefully. Now, what do we have here? It's more or less what I expected.
Whoa, this is certainly a box of curiosities. Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box...
Yep. We can't just send them.
What? But that's just insane profit! Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well? Paimon will be your vault keeper.
Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick any...
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No takebacks. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
I never joke about things like this.
Alright, Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants... this one. Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead? There's something weird about the... Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just
Is that so? Let me give it a try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks. Are you sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun. Fair enough. Go ahead.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
I'll take this gem then and run a thorough investigation on its properties.
Then... actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass. Paimon was thinking about one of the snacks, but who knows if it'll also make Paimon sick.
You do have a point. In that case, we should destroy the... Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place, then. I can introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation while we're at it.
Wait, are you this...
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met, either.
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All these you'll...
Let me introduce... Members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large... Every once in a while, the Society will also host activities and seminars, which are always well attended.
You flatter me, Your Grace. It's so easy to feel low, but that's what... Thus...
Oh, so...
My part in this was minimal. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about, but the Society...
Exactly right. Here we are operating...
Who knew you could find such a place in... Oh, right, and what's the...
there's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we needed some kind... If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, and when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing optimism...
In other words, that hat has come to represent something like a model citizen.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please, wait here just one moment. Feel free to look around, too, if you want to learn more about us.
Oh, right. What happened to...
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. Kidding, of course. We're just as... We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe it'd be...
Why does Paimon feel like he didn't answer the question at all? Yeah, there's supposed to be, like,
the model prisoners, right? So this is what their spot looks like.
Welcome to our gathering place. Is there anything you'd like me to explain?
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our latest members. I'm sure Mr. Dugier has already explained some of it, but allow me to fill... Besides this space, these rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to...
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have a restaurant queue? If you did, you also wouldn't have to eat at the big cafeteria anymore.
Unfortunately, we don't. We started a collaboration with the cafe...
Yeah, Paimon can...
Yep, and that's exactly why we all think...
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.